Welcome back to my channel, but before we get started on the video, let's make a matcha. I honestly feel like a lot of people think that making a good matcha latte at home is really hard because I've tried it once and it hasn't worked out. And matcha does have like this really particular taste that not everybody loves, but you can definitely make it really, really good. And I think me learning how to make a matcha latte that I love at home has definitely saved me a lot of money, helped me quit drinking coffee, and just make me feel better overall and like confident in the fact that I can make a good matcha latte. So here's how I do it. Step one, you take a cup and you take your matcha. This is the matcha coconut from Bloom, and you boil your water. So I just have the hot kettle right here. I take probably about like half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more just because I like it to be a little bit stronger, like that. And then I add hot water, but I go about like 3/4 of the way up, sometimes honestly only halfway up. Then you want to get a milk frother, like one of those handheld ones. This honestly helps a lot, especially with blending the matcha. So I go like this and I blend it. The reason that you are only going 3/4 of the way up is because when you blend it like that, you are not going to have it exploding everywhere, because I'm sure we've all done that with the frother by accident. And the second reason is we are going to be adding more stuff into it. So you want to leave a little bit of space just so you can add things into it. Once you've blended it a few times and it looks pretty good, the next step is to add a little bit of sweetness. So for this, you can use any type of sweetener that you want, just anything that's gonna make it taste a little bit sweeter and take away from that really strong matcha taste. I love using honey, but you can use maple syrup, any type of sweeteners that you like. Sugar, just remember that if you are adding sugar or less healthier alternatives for sweetening, that you are making the drink a lot more sugary and kind of taking away from the health benefits. So that's why I choose to use honey, but I think this is definitely what changes the game when it comes to a matcha latte. It just makes it sweeter and tastes more like a treat rather than like something, you know, very matcha-y. So I use probably like 1/4 of a teaspoon. I don't use a lot, but I think maybe when you start off first, use a little bit more. And then just to get it off the spoon, I do mix it around in the cup a little bit. And then I will bring out the frother again, just to make sure it's all nicely mixed together. And then the last part of that is just to add your milk of choice. So I add oat milk to a milk frother, and then I just add it into the matcha latte. Add any milk of your choice. It doesn't have to be in a frother. I just like that. It's a little extra. And then mix it again, and you've got a good matcha latte. It's really not hard. You just have to kind of play around with and see the measurements you like. Like I said, I only use this much honey and this much milk and this much powder because I've tried it a few times and I figured out what I like to make a matcha latte that I really like. And honestly, I used to hate matcha and now I crave it and I love it. And I pick it over coffee. I freaking love coffee and I miss it sometimes, but it's not good for me. And by the way, if you're a little bit unsure about matcha and the strong taste, I definitely recommend trying out this one. So this is actually a matcha coconut. So it actually has some coconut flavoring in it, which helps make it sweeter, meaning that it already tastes less like traditional matcha-y and a little bit sweeter. This is by Bloom. I do have a code with Bloom. So if you use this code right here, you're going to get 15% off your first order. So if you want to try it out, they have so many other different blends. A lot of their blends are caffeine-free. This one does have a little bit of caffeine, but a lot of them are caffeine-free, filled with really good superfoods. They're really good to have on their own as little lattes. You can add them into your foods, such as your pancakes, your oatmeal, your baking, and you can add them as smoothie supplements, which I do as well. So I'll leave that, and I'll leave a link to Bloom's website down in the description box below, but let's get on to the video. Today I wanted to basically talk about the things that I have on like auto renew, auto subscribe, like repurchase all the time, because they're just things that I love and that really help me with my healthy lifestyle and trying to basically have a balanced routine with a busy schedule. So a few weeks ago I made a video kind of about my Sunday reset and what I do every single Sunday/Monday to basically help me prep for my week, and so I have a better week. And then this is kind of complementing that in the sense of these are products that I use consistently, that I have found that help me a lot and that I personally find necessary for my life. You may not find all of these products necessary, but I personally find them necessary for my life. And it's one of those things where not necessarily that I get them every single month, but as soon as they run out, I reorder more because I just need it. Maybe I sound dramatic, but I just need them. Number one is my bath salts. So these are Epsom salts, magnesium sulfate. These are bath salts that I use when I take a bath. bath. These are very necessary for me for a number of reasons. I've recently gotten really into magnesium and just how much better it makes me feel. There are lots of different types of magnesiums that are used for different reasons. So this magnesium is obviously just for Epsom salt baths, but I do take magnesium as a supplement, and the one that I take is for like stress relief, calming down, melting your stressful day away. And I've really realized that I love how that magnesium, the form of a supplement, helps me with stress relief. This magnesium helps my sore body. And so it's just like, I'm a magnesium fangirl right now. So this is something that I always have. I love these particular ones as well. These are unscented, which I love. You can get scented ones, but I just really like unscented. Also because I do sometimes add essential oils to my bath. And I just find that like I feel really good. I feel really relaxed. I just love having these in the bath, and I do take baths very often. It's funny because there's things that you do in life that you don't realize are like a part of like a health protocol for you, versus for me with my hormonal imbalance, with the way I know my body handles stress, with having previously been like medically burnt out and having really bad adrenal fatigue a couple months back. I've really learned to develop a routine where things like a bath to relax my body, to relax my muscles, to relax my mind at the end of a day, multiple times per week, have actually become something that like I need to do for my health and have helped me significantly. And that might sound crazy to some, but listen, don't hate before you try it. Now I have a correlation where I take a bath, I relax, and my mind just automatically knows to just like chill out. So for me, this is definitely unessential. Next is to go along with that, essential oils. So essential oils I use for so many different things, and I just love having them on hand all the time. Like I said, I sometimes throw them into my bath. They're also really good for showers. They are like my favorite way to take a shower, especially when it's cold and gloomy in the morning, or you just want a little bit of a spa vibe. I love using eucalyptus, tea tree, lavender. You just literally turn your shower on, let the hot water run for like 10 seconds, put a few drops of essential oils in your shower floor, and it just makes the steam just start smelling like essential oils. It's amazing. So I love that. And then also, candles are not great for you. I am starting to look into brands that are healthier and that are hormone healthy for candles, because I genuinely love having candles. I love just the symbolism of like lighting a candle, having it in the house, the smell of it, everything. It's the coziness, the warmth, especially during the middle of the winter. But right now they're just not good to have. The toxins and everything in the air when you burn a candle, and so I don't have candles lit anymore. They're just decor now, and they just stand there and look pretty, and I want to light them. But instead I do use a diffuser with essential oils in them. Number 3 is vitamins. I've talked about vitamins all the time, and restocking my vitamins is like a number 1 for me. I am somebody who realized actually over the last month that I invest a lot of my money and my income into my wellness. And it is definitely a personal choice, like no one's telling me I have to, but in the same token, I have never felt better in my life than when I started to invest in my own well-being. Health is truly wealth. My body has and still has a ton of work to do recovering from cancer treatment, hormonal imbalance. There's so much I have to do still to get it to where I want to be, but doing research, investing in different supplements and things that make my body feel better has completely made me feel so much different from the way that I felt this time last year, that it's just, for me, it's just such an important thing. I would rather literally go vitamin shopping over like shopping. Crazy. I would rather buy vitamins than go to Winners. Next is another one that I love. It's my electrolytes. So I've said this in previous videos, I tried living without these and I couldn't. It's just one of those things where I know it's a tool that when I need it, I have it, and it just helps me a ton. So we drink a lot of water, and water is good for you. Obviously you want clean, good water. However, because that water is being purified and cleaned, a lot of the minerals and stuff that is in that water naturally gets taken away and stripped away. And so sometimes you could feel like you're drinking so much water and you don't feel hydrated. The same thing goes with like, I'm not the greatest at drinking water. I try my best. I have my emotional support water bottle. I have one for work, one for home, one for the gym. But even then, when I'm busy or something, I forget. I don't drink water. I can go a whole day and I'm like, oh my God, I literally haven't had water. Whereas some days I'll drink 10 bottles of water. And so I know how I feel when I don't drink enough water. I know that I feel low energy, fatigued. I know I'm gonna get a headache. I get a headache right over here. And so I just know for myself that if I've had a day where I haven't drank any water, have some electrolytes, and you're going to feel so much better. And same thing with like, if I'm gonna have a stressful day, I will like drink electrolytes beforehand. If I'm gonna go out drinking, that's the one that I've been doing lately. I don't drink often, but when I do go out to drink, I make sure I have this before. And if I can't have it before, the morning after completely changes the game. Completely changes the game. Another thing that I recently discovered on TikTok is trace minerals. So this is the Ocean Source Aussie Trace Minerals. So these are also electrolytes. These are in the form of a liquid, and you only put in a little bit into your water. This has 70+ minerals, so it's essentially meant to replace the minerals that are stripped away when we do purify our water. I've used it a few times. It's interesting. It's interesting. So it does it does taste different. It does. And I even asked Alex to try the water, and it does taste different. It's weird because I've noticed when I drink regular water, I can just like chug it. When I have this in my water, for some reason I can't chug it. And it doesn't change the taste that much, but enough that you notice. But it's really good for you because you put this in 1 glass of water and you're like golden. That's another sneaky way of getting electrolytes into your water. This is something you could also add to your water every day if you're not somebody who wants to drink a flavored electrolyte mix. So, and lastly, protein powder and collagen. Protein powder and collagen are just like 2 dietary, I don't want to call them supplements because I don't use them as supplements, dietary complements that just like really help me out throughout a busy week, a busy lifestyle, and just getting extra benefits into my diet every so often. Protein powder I love in smoothies. I love to add it into pancakes. For me, it just helps me get my protein intake for the day. That's another something that I'm focusing on, is really my nutrition and making sure I'm getting enough of the nutrients that I want to hit. I have a goal for the day, and so protein powder really does help me with that. Again, it's all about finding a protein powder that works for you and finding a cleaner protein powder with less additives and stuff like that. Artificial flavoring, artificial coloring is also quite important. And then I also have my collagen. Collagen is just like, has a really just like soft spot in my heart because it really did help me grow my hair back when I was growing it back after chemotherapy, and it helped my nails, it helped my skin, and it's really just good for like joints. It's also a source of protein, so it's a natural protein we have in our body, but as we age and stuff like that, our body just produces less and less of it, so this kind of helps to supplement that. So I do alternate with having collagen or having protein in smoothies and different things that I eat. It's just, again, something that just really complements my lifestyle and I particularly love. So that is all the things that I have on repeat. Oh, there was one more. One more is a greens, because I like have this deep dream that one day I'm going to live in a place where there's farmers markets year round and I have access to fresh farm grown produce all the time. But right now that is not my reality. I live in a place where it is cold for like at least 6 months out of the year, and that it's impossible to grow crops right now. And a lot of the stuff we do have in grocery stores is healthy, but it is also imported from elsewhere. And so because of that, I find that, you know, a lot of stuff isn't in season and a lot of stuff doesn't taste amazing. And so I'm kind of just naturally eating a lot less greens in the wintertime. I try my best, but it doesn't always work out for me. And so having a greens powder that I do add into my smoothies just to get a little bit more nutrients and greens into my diet has, again, just been an essential thing for me. Okay, and now that is everything that I have on repeat, resubscribe, auto renew, blah, 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 that I'm always getting, because it's just stuff that really complements my lifestyle, my routine, and I just think that I genuinely need these things to function. I will make sure that I link everything down in the description box below if you did want to check it out for yourself, and I do make a small commission off of any links that you do click. So thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it, and it allows me to keep making videos like this. If you do have any videos that you'd like to see, feel free to leave them down in the comments below or message me here on Instagram. I always love chatting with you all. And if you did like this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, because it really does help to support me and my channel and to let me know that you like these types of videos. But I'll stop talking now, so I will see you all next time. Know yourself, know your body, and until next time.